All right, good morning, everyone. I don't know why this is not. There we go. Okay. It's been a while since I've used my phone, so my tripod here is okay. There we go. Got everything all set up. I apologize for not doing many of these streams here lately. I have been incredibly busy. Hold on. There we go. That should be better. Yeah, I've been incredibly busy. Um, the school uh, that I've been that we've donated money to, one of the events is a talent show. So I have been at the school uh, much more recently than what I normally was, uh, preparing for the talent show. That'll be Friday. We've donated. I've taken some of the T-shirt money. You can always buy T-shirts on VeteranNationFoundation.com, and I've taken some of that T-shirt money and we've used that to purchase some gift cards that will be given to the as prizes to the several of the students who compete. Uh, Most of these students are children of veterans and military, so it falls absolutely within the mission. But that's why I've not been doing a lot of these streams. So a lot of stuff has happened with Jeremy Hales since I last talked about it last week. But the big one is the news that Linette and Crook are going to be arrested. Uh, that's good news. Here's why I think that's happening, and it's all because of Jeremy's federal lawsuit. Because there's now going to be federal attention on what's going on and also what they haven't done. And with that, the 14th Amendment protects us all. That's, we're all due equal protection under the law. Well, when you have a DA who doesn't want to prosecute, when you have sheriff's deputies who don't want to arrest, that's not equal protection. If there's a law and you're saying, hey, they broke the law, they need to be arrested, and they don't do it, that's a violation of the 14th Amendment. And if it happens multiple times, then, someone can say, hey, they are discriminating against me in their lack of enforcement. So with the federal courts means there's going to be FBI attention. The judges going to have attention on this. So the sheriff's department, they're now going to go arrest those two because they don't want there to be any type of investigation against the sheriff's department or against the DA. So that's why you're seeing this action. And it's sad that you have to go to these lengths. Um, I've said it before, later on this month, you're going to get a video from me where I was attacked. And this was the second time I was attacked in this county, and the DA doesn't want to prosecute. Um, I just have to wait for other legal stuff to be done before I can put that out there. But this is why things like sunshine laws, things like YouTube are so important to holding people accountable. If your phone, your camera is a corruption fighter, you know, that's why you see people shut down when someone pulls out a phone and starts recording because they don't want their misdeeds being documented. I always used to say cancer grows in the dark and sunshine is the best disinfectant. So the more the more you swing those doors open, let the sun in and show everybody here's everything good, bad, and the ugly, the less chance that corruption can thrive. That is why people at the town council get very scared about cameras because corruption can thrive. Uh, but this is all good news because Jeremy is absolutely fighting for all of us. Uh, this means that everyone within Levy County is going to benefit. Hopefully, some of the laws of Florida change because of this, so then all the people of Florida can benefit. I'm all the way over here on I'm on the West Coast, so I've got no problem talking about this because I benefit, you benefit. These corrupt officials, it's all about power and control. And when you pull out your camera, they can't control you. She should have been thrown in jail years ago. Absolutely. Absolutely, she should have been. Um, Here, I'll make sure that everyone can see your comment there. She absolutely should have been thrown in jail. Um, she is a grifter, in my opinion. Like, I've had people come at me and they're like, "Well, you have a 501c3 and she does." Here's what the difference is. The 501c3, I started because I do this. I was already doing my show. And I got so many people who reached out to me for help. And I was constantly saying, oh, you got to go to this one, this one, this one. I wanted to have some way where I could immediately help. I'll never be able to solve other people's problems, but I can help out. That's why I turned this show into a 501c3. Now, with that, I don't rely on that. It- the grifter, her name is Linette, and uh, that's Daniel from Rescue Residents, another really great nonprofit. Donate to him. He's building a veterans community. So make sure you go. He's on Instagram and YouTube. Rescue Residents is the name of his organization. So it's a woman named Linette Preston, and she's been in a battle with a YouTuber named Jeremy Hales, and she extorted him. She has a turtle rescue, a 501c3, but that is her only source of income. She keeps running for political office. I guarantee you she's commingling funds. We've already seen it. Her GoFundMe's asking for stuff for her daughter, Harley Grace, um, through It's a Shell Thing 501c3. You can't do that. You can't commingle. Me, I've got separate accounts for my nonprofit. I do not commingle funds. Um, if anything, my 501c3 does cost me money personally. I'm not using it as a venue to supplement my income. Really, where I get a benefit is the money that I was already donating. I'm now donating to my own nonprofit and I can control where the money goes and how it's spent. That that's opening the curtain. And if anyone, legitimately has questions, I would happily answer them. But most of the people who try to ask me questions are not coming from a good place. They don't like my opinions. Like I had a guy this week come at me because I was, you know, supporting what Jeremy Hales is doing. And he was, for those of you who are in the Shady Bunch group on Facebook, uh, you saw my post. And what's funny is they keep saying birds of a feather flock together. This dude, his son was a serial killer, and we had looked him up. Joshua Wade was his name. He killed multiple people up in Alaska. And the dude that was coming after me, he was involved he was his dad and had he had like tampered with evidence in the case. So these are the people who support people like Lynette. It's constantly, I can make it work. I'm going to be the executive director full time. I expect to have a salary. Yeah, that is absolutely perfect. That is exactly how you should do things. You should have your board vote on stuff. Lynette and John are her board, and they both personally benefit. You need people who don't personally benefit to be, on there. Sorry, people don't work a nonprofit full time for free. Absolutely, no, it costs us money. It does cost us money. Um, and with Lynette's case, she's getting her. Um, Yeah, she's getting her disability and using her nonprofit as a way to get more income without having to claim it. It's disability fraud is also what it is. So these people are absolutely scammers, in my opinion. But I'm glad to see that finally Levy County is going to do something. It's long, long overdue. Um, but it's all coming because of this federal court case. Jeremy's taking it to federal court. All eyes are going to be on Levy County, especially on the sheriff and the DA. So now they're trying to do something to show that, oh, look, we acted. So it's BS that it took so long. But Jeremy's smart. He's hired smart lawyers. This is why you hire smart people. This is why you surround yourself with smart people. It's not just Levy County. Absolutely. You're 100% correct. Um, there are a lot of places out there, but this is why when we see it, we gotta fight it. This is why I'm glad the DUI guy has helped Jeremy and shared the story. This is why I'm glad he's helping Travis Hines. Travis Hines has been fighting corruption for years. He's got a very unique way of finding it. But this is why you have to record your interactions. You'll see. I Next week I have court. After that, you'll see some of the corruption I've been dealing with, and I'm going through all of it. Um, it's ridiculous that I even had to go to court over someone putting their hands on me. You know, but you'll see that video. I've got it. That's why I bought a dash cam. And I've got little cameras that when if someone were to hit my phone, I've got other cameras that will record them. Uh, I didn't want to sit in the computer room and play with the soundboard today. I just want to do this real quick because I haven't been doing much of these, so I apologize. I've just been focusing on this talent show. These kids, man, thank you so much to all the people who bought t-shirts because yeah, I'm donating to Dave and Buster's gift cards to the 29 Palms Junior High School for this talent show because these kids have worked so hard and the majority of the kids there are children of military and veterans, and they're incredibly brave to get up in front of friends and family and perform. So um, that's one thing that I'm doing with the nonprofit here. It's just one little way where I can make these veterans and military their community just a little bit better. I'm very small, so just buying one T-shirt absolutely means the world. VeteranNationFoundation.com. But these kids, they've done a great job. Um, and I will be the MC for the event again this year. Don't ask me why they keep sticking me with it, but they are. And there's some really great people out here in town. We've gotten so many donations of gifts that every one of the kids who perform, every single one is going to walk away with at least one prize. So very happy that I was asked to be a part of the event again. Very happy to do it. Last year, I did it. I didn't have the nonprofit completely formed, so it was all out of pocket for me. This year, I did go out of pocket, but also you all helped as well. So thank you for that. And that's what a 501c3 should do. I don't have a 501c3 so that I can supplement my income and buy my house and live in a shed and use a compost toilet. That's like, oh my god, this whole case with the Hales is just crazy. Like, ah, shitter's full. Can someone do a picture of John Crook? That would be a great AI image to create. Get a picture of John Crook, his cousin Eddie, with his knee replacement. Oh my god! But yeah, these people, like, I get it makes me physically sick to my stomach. Maybe it's my PTSD gets a little bit churned up as I watch Jeremy's videos, and he shows the texts and the stuff that she has posted, and I started following all of this stuff. Like my attention came with the water district stuff, or not the water district, the water bill stuff with Jeremy, because we have a water district here that I'm involved in, and I'm very up on water issues and how government should operate, and Jeremy getting charged double what his neighbors are. That's a violation of the 14th Amendment. And I did videos back in May about that. But where this thing went is just crazy. He is just every time you peel back a layer, he finds more corruption. It goes from you know the his town council being corrupt, so he starts fighting against that. Then he's got these crazy neighbors who start putting up signs about him and ignore a cease and desist. Hey, if someone ever sends you a cease and desist, follow it, because they clearly have money for an attorney and they can fight you legally. Legal battles are expensive more than anything. Like, even if you're on the right side, if you don't have the money, even if you are legally correct, you still can lose by just not having enough money. So they picked a stupid fight, but there was the town, then it was them. Now we've gotten into the sheriff is, we're seeing that there's corruption likely in the sheriffs, corruption in the county commissioners, and with Judge DeThomasis, that is just ridiculous. So Jeremy is exposing a lot of corruption, and I understand it's very expensive. I'm glad he has the means to do that. You know, for those who choose to donate them, please do. But like he says, share his videos, talk about the story. That's actually the best thing to do, because there are other people who are dealing with the corruption who will now fight back. People don't like to, and I've got it here with our local school board. The highest paid executive in this county is not our county commissioners. It's not any of the city managers. It is the Morongo Basin School Board, uh, or Morongo Basin Superintendent of Schools. This is a guy who came from LA, so he wants LA pay. He doesn't live up here. He wants to live in LA but come up here and manage everything. Well, that's BS. We are not LA. We don't have the resources that LA does. This guy's the highest paid executive out here. If you told me one of the water district board general managers was the highest paid because we're in the desert, water is such a finite resource, I would be perfectly fine with that. I'd be like, well, yeah, water's expensive, but not here. And there's a woman who I've met, Carol Lee. She's gonna run for the school board, and I am supporting her. And I told her we need to find other like-minded people. Only three. I think there's 8 people, 8 or 9 people on the school board here. We only need two or three to run together and say we are going to fight the corruption on this school board. Um, that's all you need. You don't need to get a majority. You just need enough to make an impact, because the rest will be scared into submission. They do not like the uh, they do not like sunshine laws. They do not like when you when you let the world see what's going on. And that's what we all need to do. And that's what's happening with Jeremy Hales. And I'm glad he's fighting, because he's doing it for all of us. But that's really all I had to talk about. Go ahead in the chat if there's something you guys want to talk about. And thank you for being here. Make sure you hit the like button, because that really helps me. For those of you who've commented, thank you so much. That helps as well. Um, Also, as you can see below, you can go to veteranationfoundation.com. Also, check out Rescue Residents. I connected with Dan on Instagram. He's on Instagram, and he's got a great veteran nonprofit. And I'm impressed with what he's doing. I don't have his type of energy. Like, I will help him whenever he needs help. If he says, Mike, I need you here for this, he knows I'll be there. But whew, man, he's taken up a lot. So, yeah, make sure you're smashing the like button. Go check out some of our t-shirts. Is there a way? I think there's a way I can put some of my t-shirts up here. Uh, uh, I'm looking here. Sorry. I hate. Oh, here we go. So right there, that's our Camp Lejeune t-shirt. Stay hydrated. And if you've been following the Camp Lejeune water story, you know. But yeah, and if you're a veteran or you know a veteran, make sure you send me all the stuff for a base, because I want to make sure that I'm doing uh, explain what is happening. Okay, here I'll put your comment up. So Jeremy Hales, this all started with Jeremy Hales. He's a YouTuber. He's got a huge channel, 700,000 people. He does storage videos. Really nice guy, gives tons of money to charity. Well, he moved to Otter Creek, Florida, and the way it started is they were charging him double than every other resident for his water. And then he started fighting his city council. Well, there was a woman who was a fan. She stalked him and moved to Otter Creek, actually bought an adjoining property, and was on his side, with fighting the corruption, until he wouldn't let her grift off of his followers. She wanted to get donations and stuff at his events, and he said, no, that's inappropriate. These are my events are for my channel. They're for the people that support me, and to bring you in, that's not what it's there for. So she then started putting up signs calling him um, a rapist. If you can figure out, we want to make sure that YouTube doesn't demonetize us. So that's what started off. He sent her cease and desist. She ignored it. They pulled a gun out on him on video. You can check that out on his channel. And the sheriff wouldn't do anything. So then he took her to court, and he's got a civil protection order on her in Ohio. She violated that and then tried to get a civil or an injunction, which is a civil protection order, on him in Florida. The judge in the case put a temporary injunction, and has been allowing her to delay the case to keep this temporary injunction on him. That's illegal. A temporary injunction is supposed to be temporary, but he kept extending it, extending it as she was dodging depositions. So they asked for the judge to recuse himself. He refused to recuse himself. They've now appealed to the Florida, I believe it's the Second Appeals Court, but simultaneously he has now sued her in federal court for extortion. And what's the new thing is the sheriff in Levy County, who previously didn't want to get involved in any of this stuff, despite the multiple laws that were broke, they're now finally going to arrest her. And the reason why they're doing that is because now there's federal attention. They don't want the FBI coming in investigating the sheriff's office and the DA's office, who they're showing that they just didn't want to get involved. Well, not getting involved is corruption. It's lies by omission. So that's the 1 minute explanation. Hope that helped. Uh, but thank you for the comment. Absolutely, I appreciate it. Um, we got a long comment here. Let me see if I can. Florida actually has the third best water in the world. Natural springs everywhere. Public water touched by government government chemicals, fluoride, Otter Creek filtering, and chemicals not done correctly. Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. I live in an area where we're one of the few areas in California we do not take from the Colorado River. Um, our um, our resources here come from directly under the ground. We have some of the cleanest water. Most times, if you are getting it from an underground aquifer, it will be pretty clean. We actually here have to take fluoride out of our water because fluoride is a naturally occurring salt. Here, it gets into the water, but we also have other things like sometimes there's arsenic that shows up in the water here that we have to filter for. So we actually have a pretty good filtration system. Um, Here in 29 Palms, California. So thank you for the comment because you're absolutely right. Um, is this the same message? Okay. So the whole district of Thomas is corrupt. Look into Judge George Michael Wright and Attorney Derek and Allison Folds in District 8. Way worse than the Thomases. Investigate District 8 immediately. Immunity no more. No, that's great. Yeah, absolutely. I will absolutely look into that. If you have any videos or anything to show me on that, please do. I will highlight them. I fight harassment and corruption on this channel. So yeah, you're giving me great places to find content. So yeah, I appreciate that. Um and yeah, I do not stand for corruption. Aside from keeping the FBI out of it. Yeah. Yeah. Right. This stuff this has been a crazy case. um I just have a little limestone. Yeah, that just gives the water a little bit of a smell. Where I grew up in Ohio, there were places with limestone, and yeah, you get that you get that really stinky smell. But it's clean, it's fresh. So water is absolutely our most precious resource. I I will listen to any environmentalist that wants to talk water because clean water is important to us all day. Oh, thank you. You know, part of what I do is part of being a Marine. There was no expiration date to my oath, so no. But thank you for being worth serving. Oh, you don't go. Sulfur gives a smell. It doesn't come from the limestone. See, the places where I'm from, the limestone where that's at is where you'll get the smell. So I thought they were linked, but I can be wrong and have been. I used to work at a golf course that was over a limestone thing, and yeah, the you'd get that sulfur smell, and oh, it was bad in the mornings. Like all the golfers, I don't know who wants to golf at a stinky course. But I mean, granted, once the sun got up and that water and that dew would burn off, the smell would go away. But yeah, I used to work there. That's my first job. First job was as a caddy. What time is it? Okay, so we're 7 o'clock here, so we're doing good. I do have to get going though. I thank you all for joining. Check out What the Hales. Check out his videos on YouTube. Also, check out DUI Guy, Megan Fox, and the Umbrella Guy, MG Law. All these people are now doing videos because the corruption is just ridiculous. So, uh, I gave you the short one. Check out them. A lot of them are attorneys. They're much smarter than me, and they'll give you the real ins and outs on some of these messages or on some of these issues, and there's a big rabbit hole and there's some drama. But like, check out the video of the him of Crook pointing the gun. That one is ridiculous. Why he wasn't arrested, I don't know. But you all have a great day. Visit veterannationfoundation.com. Like, subscribe. Thank you for the messages. And if you want to share this, I appreciate all of it. And buy a T-shirt from us, Susie Brown. I'm a follower of why follow me. Thank you so much if you are. I really do appreciate it. You guys you guys humble me every single day, and I'm so appreciative. And I'll try to do another one of these this week. I got family coming in town. I've got the talent show. That's why I haven't been doing much. But for those of you who have supported, thank you so much. And yeah, y- I'm driving by LPs and it's a dump bad. Oh yeah, it is bad. Take some pictures and send them to me. I'd love to put them up on the channel. But you all have an amazing and blessed day. And yeah, thank you. And thank you for being worth serving.